Man, what's good YouTube, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Reese in the Cut, and I'm back with y'all with another video today, man. And as y'all can tell by the title and the thumbnail of the video, man, you were not born a consumer, man. So before we get into the video, man, I need y'all boys to like, comment, and subscribe for me. So close to 20,000 subscribers. So basically in today's video, I'm just gonna be showing you guys why we were not born consumers and why we should start to gravitate towards the way of being a producer. Okay, so as you guys can see, things kind of look a little bit different in today's video. So I just went out and got like a small little whiteboard to kind of give you guys some like visual representations of some of the things like that I explained on the channel, because as human beings, it's a proven fact that we go based off of like seeing things more visually and like having like kind of being more in that teacher mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is kind of like class now. You know, I want to kind of like upgrade the content a little bit and really show you guys I'm more invested in seeing you guys succeed, and also with my journey seeing myself succeed is more as well. So yeah, so as you guys can see, you know what I'm saying, I got a little something written up on here, but first let's go over a couple things, right? So of course, what is a consumer? Okay, so that is the first question. What is a consumer, right? You guys probably can't see that because like the whiteboard is kind of flipped, like you know what I'm saying, like a little backwards from you guys, but that's just for me. You guys actually don't even worry about the whiteboard until I get like to the example part, to the visual representation. So a consumer is someone who purchases something with no intent of making production or profit. It's only for personal use, right? So with that being said, we are all consumers of some type, right? When you go to the grocery store and you just get food for yourself to eat, right? You're not gonna make profit off of that. You're just getting it just to get food, right? So we are all consumers, but we were not born to just consume, all right? This video was put on your FYP for a reason, okay? We're not born to just buy and buy and buy and buy, okay? Now, don't get me wrong, we have to buy things, right? We're always gonna be consumers, but that is not the full goal for life, okay? We have to get in the mode where we're gonna start transitioning to being producers just as much as being consumers, okay? So yeah, that's what a consumer is. Just if anyone doesn't know, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys know, because a lot of my people on this channel are a little bit older. So yeah, hopefully you guys know what a consumer is already. So yeah, let's get into the visual representation part. My bad, y'all. Okay, so what do I have here for you guys? Now you guys may need to zoom in on the video a little bit because the whiteboard is small. I didn't notice how small the whiteboard was until I turned on the camera, so bear with me. So what do I have right here, right? So I have a road, okay? This is a road right here. And on top of this road, we got the like the bigger like houses, like cities and stuff like that. I'm not sure if you guys can actually see this stuff, but just kind of like, just bear with me, kind of visualize as I talk. So right here, I got the bigger cities. Well, not cities, but like houses, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Just like, you know, houses, cities, all that type of stuff, right? Then when you go down this road, got like a little cities, little small homes, and this and that. So basically what I'm trying to say is, so the consumers, which is like people like us, like the people who work in the 9-to-5s, who just buying stuff to make no profit and just spending countless of money on different like products and stuff like that. So this is us right now. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. This is us. You know, as you guys can see, I got 9-to-5s written down here. Now you probably can't see that because like, holy crap, this whiteboard is small. But yeah, so we got like the 9-to-5ers. So we are the consumers. Okay, a lot of you probably already know that, but we are the consumers. Now you go up the road right here, you got the people right here. So also what I've written down for you guys, so these little things right here that these guys have, that these consumers have in their hands, this is the money. All right, this is them. As you guys can see, well, you probably can't see. Look, let me stop saying as you guys can see. But these guys have a frown on their face. They're not too happy because they're giving their money to the producers, because these are the producers right here. Now the producers have a big happy smile on their face. No, I'm just gonna write a big old smiley face right there. Okay, that's a smiley face, right? And down here, that's a sad face. Okay, remember that. So these guys, these are the people that's always bitter. They're not happy. They're sad. They're, you know what I'm saying? Not saying that that's us, but that's a lot of people in our community. You know what I'm saying? So you got the people up here, right? As these words right here, these are the entrepreneurs and the business owners. You know what I'm saying? These are the producers. So with that being said, okay, what is a producer? Okay, a producer basically is when you create something that has value and gain of compensation or useful finance use. All right. So these are the producers. These are the people that's eating. As you can see down here, they're not happy. Because they're not eating, right? But they don't know that yet. They don't know that they can be eating because they're giving all their money to the producers. All right? When in reality, you can become a producer. Okay? And I hope that you understand that and you get that mentality. Right? So these are the entrepreneurs and the businessmen. These are the people that's creating things, you know what I'm saying, that's useful to the community. You know what I'm saying? People, they don't put like liquor stores, all those things, like those are coming from the producers who's owning these businesses, putting them down in our lower communities because they know that a lot of people, they need quote unquote cigarettes or liquor, this and that, right? And we ain't doing nothing but giving our money to the producers. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, those are the entrepreneurs, businessmen, like 9 to 5, stuff like that. We're time consuming. Time consumption. We're consuming. All that time is just consuming up our time, taking up all our time. You know what I'm saying? What I got for you guys next? All right. So what are some examples of being a consumer, right? Like I said, a 9 to 5, scrolling on TikTok, social media. Just while you watching this video right now, you are being a consumer because you're consuming knowledge. Now, there is nothing wrong with consuming knowledge, but you don't want to forever be a consumer, right? You take that knowledge, you put it into use, and then you create your own, and that is when you become a producer, okay? So you ever just been scrolling on TikTok and that video only satisfies you? Get a good laugh out that video, but it only satisfies you for about 10 to 20 seconds? Okay, that is why we're not supposed to just scroll infinitely, okay? Because you'll never be satisfied. And instead, you need to be getting inspired, scrolling, and going to do something on your own. You know what I'm saying? Either start creating for your own. That's infinite satisfaction plus compensation. Y'all not hearing me on that one though. I'm gonna be back to that one in a little minute. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, all productivity is not productive if you do not put it into action. You are still classified a consumer. You can read 1,000,000 books about finance and knowledge and wealth living and not go put it into action. You're still a consumer. You have to start putting it into action. You can only consume so much knowledge before you need to start doing it yourself. Okay? Stop just waiting around. Stop procrastinating. Consumption is led by procrastination. All right? That is the biggest, time consumption is led by procrastination because a lot of people think just because they're gaining knowledge that it's actually doing some good for them. It's not doing you any good if you're not putting it into action, right? So with that being said, a lot of people say, oh, I'm at a 9 to 5. I'm making my time. I'm being productive. Like I used to think like that all the time. Like when I was working, I'm like, man, I got a job. I'm being productive. I'm doing something productive with my life. No, I'm not. You're really not doing anything productive at your job because who are you really helping besides the producers? When we're at these 9 to 5 jobs, as the consumers, we're not being productive because we're not doing nothing but putting more money in these guys' pockets. Because you want to know why? Because once we get our little paycheck, it's only enough to cover our bills in our small little community. Okay? That's why we need to get up there to be with the producers. Because these guys, okay, another thing that these guys are. So you see how I said they're entrepreneurs and business owners? Okay, look, they're also providing value, right? So that leads me to my next thing, right? So what are some examples of being a producer? Creating products, content, anything that your audience may need. Okay? So right now I am being a producer because some of you on this channel may find my videos valuable to you. Some of you may search me up on the daily like, hey, I really like this Reese kid. Let me see if I can go learn some valuable information I may need in life, okay? That is an example of being a producer. Now, it doesn't just have to be content. Anything that is valuable to your audience, to your community, that is just being a producer. And it's not that hard. You see how I just explained it? Just find something. You need to be finding something that's valuable to your community, to your audience. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to touch base with that a little bit later. You know what I'm saying? So why should you be a producer? Also, it creates fulfillment. All right. Now you see how these guys up here, they're happy, right? Because you feel better when you're creating value and bringing value to the world and helping the world out. When you're at that 9-to-5 job, you're not really helping nobody out, but the producers. That's why they're so happy. You ever wonder why a lot of people in our communities as consumers down in the lower middle class / lower poverty communities, why we're always so mad all the time? Because we're not helping anybody and no one's helping us. Okay? These are the people, the producers up the road. These are the people that's helping people and that's getting helped. All right? Because they're providing services, value. You know what I'm saying? So they feel good about that. So it's fulfillment. Imagine you creating a service or a product or anything that has value, that is valuable to a community, and someone's coming to you to keep getting something and you're earning compensation off of it. It's a mental thing. It's a mind thing. Okay? You're going to feel better as a producer than more than just coming to work as a 9-to-5er and you're just helping the big bosses out. It's helping the people who created the business. And they have the most financial freedom. They're free, right? Because that's why, and they don't want you to know this information, okay? They don't want you to know this, right? You're sitting here down here, you're making them all these big bucks, and they're only giving you a small portion of the pay cut, and you got to keep coming back because the little pay cut that they give you, it's only enough to pay a couple of your bills. And now you're back. See, remember how I said you're scrolling? And then that satisfaction make you a satisfaction of a funny video for like 10-20 seconds. That's the same thing with a 9-to-5 job. That satisfaction gives you satisfaction probably about 1 or 2 weeks, right? And then you're back on the hustle. You're back on the grind. This is why we're coming up here. We want to be producers. These are the people, they get salary that can take care of themselves and their family, generational wealth. They don't have to bust their butts. All right? Now did they not have to work hard in order to get the products and create the business, start their products? Heck shit. That's just life. You got to work hard at some time of your life, but it comes to a stop. This right here, it never comes to a stop. It never stops. It's an ongoing process. You see, that's why they're going to be forever giving their money up here. Up here. That money is it's only going up. It's only going up to the producers. See, the consumers, they're going to stay on the bottom, right? You know what I'm saying? And what else I got for y'all, right? And others, okay, so the fulfillment part. And others start to feel better because you are being more helpful to the world. That fulfillment, man, trust me, right? Which aligns with God's plan. That's why I said we were not born consumers, right? We were born to be producers. Because we are made in the image of God, and God is a producer, right? He makes things. That is what a producer is. They make things. So God, since we were made in the image of God, God wants us to make things, right? He doesn't want us to be, you know what I'm saying, just buying, all right? He wants to see, he's a creator. He wants, he made a creator, which you are a creator. So he wants to start seeing his children start to be able to create things, you know what I'm saying? And that puts a smile on God's face when we create things for the world that is beneficial and help people out. I don't think y'all realize how much that probably puts a smile on God's face since he was a creator. You know what I'm saying? He made such wonderful people because we are wonderful people. Y'all got to believe that too. So yeah. So also I got a quote for you guys, right? So if you start to plant enough seeds, trees will start to eventually grow, right? So when you're becoming a producer, what you want to do is, and not just saying throw a whole bunch of seeds out there, but once you keep planting those seeds, they will eventually start to grow. But don't get me wrong. What you want to do is, but also make sure that soil eventually gets fertilized. What does that mean? To actually make sure that soil eventually gets fertilized. So basically, once you throw out enough seeds and maybe that's not working, you need to make sure that it aligns with your audience, and you need to make sure that it's valuable, because you can throw a million seeds out there and nothing won't grow. So what does that mean? What does a seed need to eventually start to grow? It needs fertilized soil. Okay. So what that fertilized soil is just making sure that it's good, it's valuable, your audience is loving it, and just making that it's sure that it's top tier. Okay. So yeah, but you never want to stop planting those seeds though. Keep planting those seeds. Just make sure that ground gets fertilized for the oil and soil. I mean, not for the oil, but for the soil. Okay. So okay. So with that being said, I showed you guys why you should be a producer instead of a consumer. Okay. Now a lot of you are probably wondering, like, okay, Reese, I'm interested, man. You made some good points in this video. All right. But I don't know what to start producing. I don't even know where to start. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys what you guys should do. So you guys should be producing what you already consume. I don't got no more room on this board. But yeah, you should be producing what you already consume. Why should you be producing what you already consume? Because you've been consuming it so long that I'm pretty sure that you already know how to make it, right? For example, a lot of women get their hair done. A lot of women watch a lot of hair videos. You're consuming towards that product, right? Or you're consuming towards that item or whatever, you know? So you already know a lot about it. Why not create your own? Why not start doing hair yourself? Why not start creating hair products yourself? Because you know a lot about it. Vice versa with just anything in life, right? You need to be starting. If you don't know how to start producing and what to start producing, you need to be producing what you already consume, because you're already good at it. And I'm pretty sure you already know what the formula is to start making that product, making things around it in that niche. Okay. So that's a perfect way to start getting into stuff. So go off of what you already know. Now that's gonna wrap it up for today's video, man. Hopefully I can persuade you guys to start becoming producers instead of more consumers. Okay. Remember, the consumers are always going to stay on the bottom because they're constantly buying things and constantly just at a 9-to-5 that's only giving them the a temporary satisfaction. Once you make it up there to be a producer, you're gonna have generational wealth, businesses, you're an entrepreneur, and you just feel better about yourself overall. All right. Now make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. I tried to do my best with the visual representations today. I'm getting better at it, so work with me. I'm not gonna lie, this is my first time doing this. You know what I'm saying? It's a little new to me as well. But yeah, man. Y'all know I love this, so y'all know I'll be back with more content. Y'all already know that, man. Hey, skate.